So I watched the film The Shape of Water yesterday, and while I was watching it, I had a lot of thoughts come up in terms of like spark dynamics and like cognitive functions that I want to give like a quick analysis of the film in this video. So the Colonel in the film, he's very much a spiral dynamics blue kind of guy. Like he's very concerned with like protocol, duty, doing the right thing, and then also citing religion as his moral code of how he drives himself in life, which is all very blue related themes. But also he's very orange as he's very concerned about his perception of status, wanting to drive a nice car, talking to a superior about how good he's done over the years, and just wanting to make himself look good. Whereas the protagonist, Eliza, she's very much a spiral dynamic screen kind of gal, very, very loving, very empathetic, very caring from the heart. Like, overall, I would say the whole film has a very green kind of energy. That love, watery, feely, INFP kind of energy. Like, it's a very INFP film, actually. And even Eliza is very INFP, I would say. And, she's all concerned with, like less about the bureaucracy and the status and all that stuff. It was just more about love and connecting through the heart, which is what she does. But there was one moment where I'm like, whoa, she did a green thing that was unhealthy. And I'm like, this is exactly the type of green things that green people do that actually can sabotage the whole operation. It's when she started gloating, when she realized she's won. It was in that meeting between the Colonel and her, and the Colonel was asking them, hey, do you know anything about what happened when the guy got stolen? And they were like, no, and he was about to let them go. And then she could have just gone and not fucking gloated in his face and started saying fuck you to him, and which made him really angry. Because then if he got extra mad and he got extra suspicious, then their whole operation would be jeopardized, right? So I was like, in that moment, I was like, oh, she's a very nice green. I really like how loving and how brave she is for like, fighting for the cause and fighting for love. But when she got to the point where she started gloating, I'm like, oh shit, that's the part of green when it kind of goes overboard and is unnecessary. That could actually mess up everything that she's done. Well, luckily in the film, it didn't really cause that, but I was like, ugh. Also, it's funny, like, her as a personality type, I would say she is an INFP, whereas the Colonel is an ESTJ. And that's really interesting because the subconscious of an INFP is an ESTJ. So it's almost like, if you were to look at that as like a brain structure of one unit, it's like two sides of the brains finding each other. One is all to do with structure, status, very masculine related aspects, whereas the other one is very soft, very feminine, and to do with love. So it's like two sides fighting it out, and it's like, I guess like when you have sort of more knowledge about archetypes and different systems, you can kind of see how it all plays out in in reality and in films and stuff like that. And again, it's like the name of the film, Shape of Water. Water is related to feelings. It's a very, let's say, Cancer, Piscean kind of film, where it's all lovey-dovey and soft and stuff. Though it's also really gruesome, as the director often is known for, and that part is very Scorpio. So you've got like Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So it's literally the shape of water in terms of astrological zodiacal energies. The Pisces is the fantasy aspect of the mermaid guy. The Cancer is the loving, caring aspect. And the gruesome nature, I guess, and the vibe, the heaviness, the intensity, is the Scorpio aspect. And these are the three water signs in astrology.